Hi everybody and welcome to Yeah We've Seen It, where we watch things so you don't have to. I'm Rachel.
I'm Schyler.
And I'm Kelsey.
This week we're going to give you a few television show recommendations of things that we've been watching that we think you should check out.
So the first show we're going to talk about is Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is a show about a girl, actually a couple girls, who are taken into this cult and they live there for a long time. And then the show kind of starts when, in true viral video fashion, a neighbor discovers them in this cult, and she goes to New York and she decides that's where she wants to stay. She doesn't want to go back home to Indiana where she's from, and she adjusts to life in New York after living in a bunker in a weird cult for a long time. So this is Tina Fey's new show. I missed 30 Rock so much, so when I heard she had another show, I was so excited about this. And it's just so well written. It's classic Tina Fey. All the jokes are so, just sassy and like.
It really continues on with her kind of absurdist humor.
Yeah.
I think so. If you like 30 Rock's humor, you'll like this.
So the way 30 Rock was basically it was just joke, just like one after another. And this one's a little bit slower because, I don't know, it's kind of a more optimistic take on New York than 30 Rock, whereas I was kind of skeptical and kind of, New York sucks. But this one is more optimistic, and it's a little bit happier, oddly enough, even though it's about a weird cult. So I think Tina Fey, she's back. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it is bright, and it is definitely absurdist. And I think that a character who sort of he deserves his own discussion is Titus Andromedon. He's phenomenal, so funny, so ridiculous. He plays Kimmy, or he is Kimmy's best friend in the show, and he's just the funniest, most flamboyant, strong, and powerful character. I mean,
yeah.
he's really something different on television, and I feel like this isn't a character I've seen before. So it's so fun to see a character who's strong in himself, who is this proud gay man who really knows his place and has found his place in the world, and he's helping Kimmy to find hers.
He's also, I feel like the one way this is different from 30 Rock is that characters have arcs and they grow, and they're absurd, but they also, they're grounded in logic. Yeah, which is really great. Another great thing about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is it's a super feminist show, which I know we're all huge fans of, but it's kind of like a sunnier kind of feminism, kind of like Parks and Rec, which is really fantastic. Just quick, like little quips that they make. It's completely wonderful. If you're looking for something to binge watch, definitely check this out.
Very good. So our second show that we want to talk about today is Empire, which is kind of a Shakespearean hip-hop drama that is getting just amazing viewership, and that viewership is increasing every week.
Yeah, so basically this show is starring some really huge acting heavyweights, Terrence Howard, Taraji P. Henson, who plays Cookie. I love her. But basically what it's about is Terrence Howard plays Lucius Lyons, who is the head of this record label, kind of like a Jay-Z type character, and he's dying of ALS. And so he decides to kind of, groom one of his 3 sons, to take over the company. And it's just all the drama that goes with it, all the power play, and it's so fantastic. It's something you totally wouldn't expect.
So I was skeptical about Empire because the promos just looked a little too dramatic. I remember watching it with my brother, and he was like, "This won't last." Well, that's the funniest thing ever.
Not true at all.
That's 0% true. But so I decided to watch it because I was like, "Oh, this is gonna have a lot of drama. I like a lot of drama." So I was gonna watch it and make fun of it, and it blew my mind. It was amazing. I got sucked in right away. It's definitely a soap opera, but it's just so good. Like, there's a lot of drama happening, but they never really lose the storylines. Like, they just keep going, and even if they did, like, the characters are so good. Like, I would follow those characters anywhere. They're terrible people. Like, most of them are just awful.
Except for Cookie.
Cookie's amazing. You should watch the show for Cookie,
Cookie alone.
If nothing else. So, amazing.
So finally what we're going to talk about is HBO's The Jinx, which is a real-life crime documentary.
So The Jinx, I like The Jinx because I love true crime, and I was looking for something to fill the hole in my heart that Serial left, and this wasn't quite Serial at all. It's about this guy who, I'm not going to say he committed a bunch of murder, but it definitely looks like he committed a bunch of murder. So it's amazing. It was this very, very rich man, Robert Durst, who just like keeps getting away with all these brushes with the law, and he's very creepy, very odd. No one really seems to like him. And he just, everything he touches, he just gets away with it. So it's a very interesting look, a documentary kind of look into what the life and times of Robert Durst, or whatever the subtitle is, I forgot. So
yeah, I just think that Jinx and Serial, all of these sort of crime, true documentary forms of storytelling, they've gone really mainstream again, and I think it's amazing because these are real people, these are real events, And so it's a really kind of harrowing look at yourself as you're watching and sort of exploiting these people as entertainment, and a look at these people. So it's, I think, a deeper level of television than we usually see. And while the Jinx didn't reach the deeper levels that Serial did as a sort of character study, I think the Jinx does sort of touch on these issues as like, who are we as people that we watch this kind of television and that it's so entertaining? And, you know, did Robert Durst do these things? Are these, can we portray these victims as real people? Basically, it just touches on a lot of deep, important themes and issues, and for that alone, I think it's worth watching and talking about.
Definitely. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in to Yeah, We've Seen It, where we watch it so you don't have to.